back to the Meeple Marathon. Today we're going to be continuing our campaign through the Marvel United Megaverse. So in the last episode, I showed you guys the overall map here and how to, work through it. And we were tracking everything basically using paint on, just coloring in areas of the map using paint to track our progress, also using a spreadsheet on Google Sheets to track everything. I found, though, since then, this app, web-based app that a gentleman on BGG has put out there. So I'll put a link in the description below to his page on BGG. But this is going to actually track everything for us. Now, I've had some time working with it on my computer. This is the first time I've tried on my iPad. So we're going to see how well it works on the iPad. And I'm basically going to start over here. So we'll see how well things zoom in. We started with X-Men. All right, so let's just say, for example, you can see that it's kind of glowing where the start area is. So let's just touch here. All right, so we can see, all right, we started there. It's, instead of grayed out, it's unlocked the people we can play with. So we started with Juggernaut, right? So I'm just going to click on Juggernaut. And, okay, so this needs to be screened over. But we went against Juggernaut with these three heroes. All right, the result was a win. Boom. So now if we zoom back out, unfortunately, okay, there it is. You can see in the upper left corner here that I've got 4 points. I've got a brain and a key. I thought I'd have 2 keys, but let's look a little further. If you hit the 3 lines in the upper right hand corner, it's telling you that we actually have 4 keys, 1 brain. Somehow I have 2 of those portal things already. I don't know how that works. But you can see here that I have some heroes that are on cooldown. I guess I've unlocked already the multiverse heroes, which makes sense. I could have started with them. But yeah, everything is right here. There's also a save load from code button, which we're going to try out for the first time here, because obviously you're not going to be able to keep a web page necessarily open all the time. Either your computer's going to go to sleep or you're going to close your iPad or whatever it may be. But he does mention that the app is not designed for mobile, which technically an iPad is a mobile platform, but it seems to be working okay for now. So let's go ahead and put in the second fight that we did, which was against Sabretooth. So Sabretooth, it's showing us we have to take in, oh no, wait, hold on. With Sabretooth, first we unlocked Jubilee. Okay, let me zoom in here a little bit more. Okay, so there I'm touching on the keys. That's unlocking the characters. All right, do we have a gear now? Seems like you got to kind of zoom out of the whole map to get this bar to show up at the top. Don't have any gears yet, but that's, because it's, sorry. Things are kind of jumping around, so take that with a grain of salt. First win with Forge. All right, now we're going to take on Sabretooth. And it's only giving us the people that are available. You'll notice that Iceman is there because we didn't use him in the first one. And so we did that battle with these 3. And the result was a win. All right, so now we can zoom back here. Sabretooth is crossed out. See how there's a red line through his name? That means he's been defeated, I guess. I don't know whether you could go back and defeat him again. But now we have Magneto, Omega Red, and Mystique. So I should have a decent amount of keys. I should have 2 keys. So I have 2 keys. So I'm going to use those 2 keys to unlock 2 more characters to fight with Iceman against Mystique. So I'm going to unlock Dazzler and Storm. We also unlocked X-23 by defeating Sabretooth. I hadn't noticed that before. So that's one of the things that this app is giving you that just clicking on paint necessarily wouldn't, because I didn't even think to connect that line. So that's going to be helpful because I was wondering how I was going to keep up with all the characters. But I guess after this round, my Beast, Jean Grey, and Cyclops will become unexhausted. Let's just go back here and look at who we have as exhausted. So you can see that Beast, Cyclops in the upper left here, Beast, Cyclops, and Jean Grey have 1 turn left. The people I just used have 2 turns left, and I have 4 heroes available. So this is a really nice touch. Before I step away, again, we're going to do... it's a little jumpy. We're going to do Storm, Dazzler, Iceman versus Mystique, because I want to get over here to Mastermind and probably Emma Frost to unlock some brains to get Professor X, who's going to give us also a lot of keys. So that's kind of my immediate goal here. But let's check out how this save and load feature works. Worst case scenario, we can remember where we are or go back to the old ways. So I'm going to go over here. I'm going to do save. And it's going to give me this, which I don't know what that means. Okay. While your progress is saved in your browser's local storage, feel free to copy the entire text on this page into a file on your computer and then paste it in if you switch computers, browsers, or just lose your progress for some reason. Okay. And what does this say? Editing the Megaverse progress. Okay, so this just is general for the map, but not saving. Let's see if there's anything down here about saving your game. Okay, so I think we're good. I'll figure out how to copy and paste this off camera, but we're going to go now and jump down to the table and try and take out Mystique. All right, we are all set up and ready to go. Storm, Dazzler, Iceman against Mystique up here in the Savage Land. Mystique has several henchmen who are all going to fire off and deal lots of damage. She also deals 2 damage on her BAM. And we have to protect Senator Kelly here. We cannot let him take any damage. So basically we need to stick with him. Mystique is not easy. So we'll see how we do here. All right. Move to Senator Kelly's location and bam. Okay. Right off the bat. All right. So she's going to pop over right here. She's going to bam, which means 1 hero has to take 2 damage in this location. Let's see who has some decent, or who doesn't have good cards. Dazzler. Dazzler is going to take 1 for the team. She's going to take the 2 damage. Toad wants to move and then damage. Nothing from him. Pyro wants to do him and adjacent. Destiny does not fire off. Avalanche wants to remove 1 person from each location and then deal damage to any locations that had none. Yeah, so we're safe for now. Mystique is not putting anything out. Nobody got KO'd. So we're good. Nothing else happens. Time to start moving here. Let's see. Pyro and Avalanche are easily the 2 worst people. Toad can be a pain once things start clearing up. So let's start. Where do we want to go with you? These are kind of a pain, but not that bad. I really think I just want to get Avalanche out of here. So we're going to play this one. I can punch in any location. So we'll punch Avalanche. And then we will move this way, because if Senator Kelly's going to move, it's going to be counterclockwise. So we're at least, I know we're putting ourselves in Toad range here. Actually, I forgot to draw a card, but I did not want that card. But Storm can take that. And if Senator Kelly starts running, then she will be able to keep up with him. Let's see what Dazzler is going to do here. All right, so Dazzler, I think we just need to take Avalanche out. Let's focus on that. So I know it's early, but we're going to go ahead and play our double wild. So she's getting a movement from Storm, and she'll use 2 punches here on Avalanche. And then let's see. Iceman has some interesting stuff here. He's going to use his organic ice body. So he's not going to be able to take any damage until the beginning of the next turn. So what he's going to do is he's going to use his star here. So he's going to drop that there. He's going to use one of his movement to come here, or his movement to come here. He's going to use the wild to punch. So he takes out Avalanche, gets him messing with people. And then he's going to use his final movement to come back here. So he's now like the bodyguard for Senator Kelly. If Senator Kelly has to take damage, Iceman will soak it up and we're good. Because there's a lot of cards like Mystique just played where she just goes to wherever Senator Kelly is. So I'm actually hoping for one of those cards. That would be ideal. Dazzler would end up getting knocked out, but because Toad would move and then damage, and Pyro would do damage to Storms. Actually, something without a BAM would be perfect here. But yeah, everybody's gone. I think we're okay. 0 and BAM. So, I mean, we kind of asked for that. So, 2 damage here, but Iceman soaks it up. And then Toad wants to move and then deal a damage. So he's going to jump to here, which is the next cleared location. I think this moves with him. I'm not sure. So that's going to do a damage to Dazzler. She's going to be KO'd. So she's knocked out. That causes Senator Kelly to run. That also causes us to put a thing up there. And then we need to do Pyro. So Pyro is going to do a damage to Storm. So Storm takes a hit. And then we need to do Overflow. Or put out some people, and that's going to cause Overflow. The question is if we already did all the KO stuff, do we have to do it again for Overflow? If so, then we might be in a little trouble here, because that means Overflow, we move Senator Kelly, and we put another freaking card down. I'm going to say we do, but we get to go now, so we're okay. All right. So Storm's turn. She's got to go rescue, what's his toes up there? She's getting a movement and a rescue there. Getting him back here would be ideal. So I think we're going to kind of play this double movement here. We get 2 stars. So she's going to rescue 2 civilians while she's here. Clear up some space. She's going to move up here, and we can bring Senator Kelly back with us. And she ends her turn here, so she can draw and get back up into 3. So it's a good location to end up in, even though Pyro's there. All right, Dazzler gets to stand back up. 1, 2, 3, 4. And she is not getting a whole lot. Toad would jump here now. So she's safe from Toad, but let's see here. She's getting movement. All right, so we'll play this one. She's getting 2. Actually, let's use the movement first. Let's use one of our movement first. Then she can gain 3 star tokens. And I think I'm only going to need 1, because I'm going to use 2 here and rescue with Storm's 3rd one there. So this is cleared. This comes off. And you may discard 1, 1, or 1 token to gain any combination of, so I like that. I think I'm just going to stay here. So I'm going to discard this to gain 2 punches. I think those will come in handy. Yeah. She could actually just hang out here and rack up. All right. And so Iceman, what does Iceman want to do? He could stun Mystique, which would be nice. He's not going to be able to do much then, but maybe that's the best thing here. So he's going to play this. He gets to stun somebody. Yeah, we'll stun Mystique. So Mystique's BAM effect is not going to go into effect. So let's get a KO token. We'll put it here to remind us. And he can move, so he'll do that. He'll move here and he'll rescue a civilian. All right. So I think that's okay. Toad could screw us, but I think we're all right. I'm a little worried about overflow. Should Dazzler have just used these to take out? No, because she ended her turn there. Okay, we can't. Iceman does get to draw a card because he's at the Xavier Institute. All right, so let's see what damage she does here. 3. So 1, 2, 3. BAM effects go into account. So Toad and Toad and Pyro are going to fire off. Mystique, unfortunately, we stunned her and her BAM effect didn't do anything. And then she's going to put out a bunch of people here, and she's technically safe. Oh, no, any place that doesn't have one. So this one would get one, this one would get one, and this one would get one. All right. Yeah, 1, 2, 3. And so each of my guys here is going to have to take a hit, basically, from Toad and Pyro. Okay. But no overflow, nobody KO'd, so I consider that a win. All right. Storm. I can relocate heroes. That's not bad at all. Getting a movement there and a star. Yeah, so let's go after Pyro, because Pyro is also making my life difficult. So Goddess of Weather, she can relocate any heroes to different locations. And Senator Kelly is considered a hero. So she's just going to fly everybody over there. Then she has a movement of her own. She'll use this to clear this civilian before, and we'll also just put her here. Or wait, maybe I moved myself there. I rescued here. Yeah, and then let's put myself there. We'll be that person that's ahead of Senator Kelly if needs be. All right, and maybe now Dazzler and Iceman can take out Pyro. I think Dazzler can do it because she's got all her punches here. All right, not the best, but Dazzler's going to take that. She's going to go punchy, punchy. Punch, punch, punch. So 3 punches here. Boom, boom, boom. Against Pyro. She'll turn in her punch tokens. And she is also gonna... She'll go ahead and move to... No. Let's just have her stay right here. I'm okay with her being right here. Yeah. And then Iceman, he just needs... So he'll play his other cannot take damage card. He's got his 2 punches, so he took out Pyro. That's that. And he could move, but I don't want to. Yeah, I want to be here with Senator Kelly and absorb any damage. So let's see what she's got. 5. And bam. So nobody there to bam. Pyro doesn't do anything. Toad is moving again. Nobody there to damage. Destiny doesn't fire off. So we're good. It's just overflow that is going to get us this time. So overflow is going to hurt us there. And here. And you only do it once. So Senator Kelly is going to run. And he's going to move up there. All right. Okay. How quickly can we do 2 of these at once? Let's find out. All right. So we need to clear a threat and I guess rescue civilians, ideally in these next 3 turns. So let's Let's see what we can do here. So Storm. We need to get rid of this. Destiny, I'm not too worried about. Toad's kind of a pain. But we need to get there. So the question is whether we... Yeah, I think it's time for Storm's Double Wild. And so she's getting a punch and a movement from Iceman. So let's go ahead and punch a guy here. No, I want to move first. I'm going to punch a guy here. Why not? Got nothing else to do with it, but then I'm going to use my 2 wilds to put out 2 stars here. Boom, boom. I know. There we go. But she set Dazzler up. So Dazzler wants to also rescue some people. That's not too bad. All right, so she's going to play her little pick up some tokens card. So she's going to move. She's going to pick up 2 star tokens. She's going to use one of them here. So that was her wild. So she moved. She used a wild. She's going to use this other wild to move. So let's go ahead and use a star token here. And no, let's actually leave one behind here for Iceman. She's going to move here, use one here, and the last one she's going to do there. So she's... Yeah. All right, so that clears this. Oh, Mystique's going to go now, though. Hold on. Hold up. We don't want to do that necessarily. Is Iceman going to be able to get all the way over there? Yeah, probably, actually. So hold up. We don't want to do all that. She's going to clear here. We had 2 on here. Boom, boom. And a thing. Yeah. So she moved. She cleared twice. She moved over here. Yeah. Hold on. She moved. She cleared 1. We'll just say it was that one. She moved again, cleared another one. So now she's got 1 wild left. So she could move here. And she could discard a card to look at the bottom or the top card of the master plan deck. You may then put it on the bottom. Okay, let's do that. All right, so she's here. Mystique is going to move directly to Senator Kelly's location. Who Iceman's going to drag him there. So no. All right. I think, yeah, well, let's just go for one more. I'm going to leave that there, actually. And so Iceman is going to play this one where he stuns the villain. So where'd our KO token go? He is stunning Mystique. Yeah. So he's going to move here. He unfortunately can't move anywhere else. He can't do anything with his star token. But he stunned Mystique, so that's all that matters. So Mystique, we know, is going to jump here. She's going to bam, but she has no effect. She doesn't put any cards out. Toad is just going to hit Dazzler once here. But that's okay. So Dazzler has to take a hit, and we'll actually do that one. All right. So I think we're good now. I think we can make this work. Yeah. All right. Storm. Ideally, Dazzler wants to end up here. So Storm needs to rescue a civilian and put a thing there. Unfortunately, she does not have great cards. So what is she going to do? She is going to... We want to give Dazzler a movement? No, we want to give Dazzler a wild. So, yeah, Storm will play this one. It will allow her to put a star here, so that clears this away. So now Mystique is under pressure. All right, we can clear that off. And then does she use her wild to punch a thug? Does she use it to move? Maybe back over here. Actually, when Mystique landed there, it would have pushed Senator Kelly with her. So yeah, let's move away from, because Toad's going to come here next. So she'll just use her movement to do that. Dazzler now has the wild. So she is going to play this one, where she can get a single punch token from somewhere. Doesn't really matter. Neither one. She's going to use one of her stars to clear this guy off. And so now Mystique can be damaged. Good. I guess we can put these in here too. All right. So now Mystique can be damaged. She's got a movement here. And do we risk it? Actually, yes, we do. So she's going to stop there. She's got the ability to do something. So she'll just punch with her wild. And so I'm going to discard this to get 2 punches out of it. So hopefully she can line herself up now with Mystique, because she's got 3 punch tokens. Okay. But Mystique gets to go now. Okay. Wish I had looked at that one. But, so Mystique's going to jump here. Storm is going to have to take 2 damage. I guess we're just going to do this one there. But she's still safe. She saves Senator Kelly. Toad actually moves first. He moves here and has nobody to punch. Okay. Nothing else goes off. And she's not putting any people down. So, yeah, let's do this. Let's end this right now. Iceman, you're up. You're a little far away, though. Sure. Let's get... No. Let's use this. We're going to use this one. And so he's got a movement from Dazzler. That'll get him here. And then he's got 2 wilds. So he'll move here. And he will use 1 to punch Mystique. How many? 1, 2, 3... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, I had 1 too many on her. She should only have 6, period. And she had 7. Now she's got 5. I was like, that stack looks really tall. All right. Okay. Iceman is done. Storm. Relocate all heroes to different locations. I'm going to save that one, actually. This allows me to punch in any location. Fortunately, it gives me a movement, but it is what it is. Actually, this one isn't so bad. Wait, yeah, she's at 5, so that would get her to 4. I'm going to relocate any heroes to different locations. So Iceman, I'm sorry, I'm going to leave you there, but I'm going to take... Before I left, I would have punched her twice. I'm going to come here, and I'm also going to move Dazzler to right here. Iceman, I'm kind of leaving out on an island, but I don't think he's going to be affected by that. And that'll allow me to heal back up. Both Dazzler and... Oh, no, Dazzler doesn't get to the effect, but Storm is going to block for her. Yeah. So I think we're good. All right, let's see where Mystique is going. 1, 2, 3. Okay. And then she's bamming. 1, 2, 3. Toad also jumps here, but that doesn't affect anybody. Mystique doesn't have anybody hit, so that's good. So I think we're good. She wants to put out more civilians in anywhere that doesn't have a civilian. And unfortunately, I cannot hit her this round. Are you serious? Because it says, add a person in each location until the next villain turn. Damage to Mystique is dealt to the next clockwise henchman instead, if present. So she has rendered herself invincible for the next couple rounds. That is obnoxious. So it is Dazzler's turn. Dazzler is... What is Dazzler going to do? I guess we should just spread ourselves out, but Dazzler also is going to benefit from being right here. So, yeah. Dazzler, yeah, is going to do that. So she's just going to... We'll jump up here and we'll punch here on our way to going right here. No, this guy actually could go right here. Yeah, she's just spreading herself out. Saving her punch tokens. Iceman, what is Iceman going to do? It'd be nice if he could look at the... Yeah, but he can't do that. So yeah, he's going to play this card. That's going to give a movement and a punch to Storm, who's going to go next. So we're actually very well spread out. He's just going to punch here and stay put. All right, so hopefully no matter what Mystique does, hopefully it's just not another one of these cards, and then we're good. So let's see what she does. Storm can absorb the damage. So she's going 3. No bam, though. No bam, so that's perfect. 1, 2, 3. But she doesn't bam, so she doesn't knock out Iceman. And then she just wants to put some people out, which he did a pretty good job of clearing. But unfortunately, the lighthouse here is going to overflow. So that means she's going to get another card. And I think we have like one more turn after this, basically. Yeah. So that goes down, but that's it. Okay. Can we finish this? So Storm has a good card. She can punch in any location. And she's going to take... And then she's got 2 movement. And so that's 1, 2, 3. Oh, that's it. That's all Mystique needed. So she can double move. But she could technically punch Mystique from there, which was 2. Mystique only had 3 left. Punch from there. Then she moves twice. Boom, boom. She's got 2 arrows, one from Iceman, and then she's got a punch from Iceman, and she's good. Dazzler never got to use her tokens. Let's just see if Dazzler could have made it. I think she can. Yes. So what Dazzler could have done is hop there. Boom, boom. She actually would have picked up additional punch tokens, but she would have picked up 3 more. She would have blasted Mystique with punch tokens. But we did it. We literally had 1 more turn left. If this would have bammed in any way, shape, or form, she very easily could have knocked out Dazzler or Iceman. Storm would have been able to take the hit. I forgot to draw a card for her, but she would have moved here, and she would have overflowed that location. So that would have required us to draw another card, and it would not have worked. I think technically Senator Kelly would have run last time. He would have been up here, but there was no BAM effect. And so Toad didn't fire off. Destiny didn't fire off. No damage was being done. So we technically left him up there in limbo with Toad, but at this point, Mystique is dead. My mission is accomplished. I don't care where Senator Kelly is. Pretty sure that's a win. I'm going to call it a win. Let's call it a win. All right, so we are back here in the app. Everything saved, even with my iPad being closed, so that's good. So let's first knock out Mystique. Yes. I picked these three, and we won. Okay, so Mystique is knocked out, and I think the plan was to take on Mastermind next. So I now have Nightcrawler. And is there anybody else I can unlock? Yeah, I don't like how I have to close everything out there. I only have one key. So I could unlock... Who goes good with Nightcrawler? I could unlock like Gambit or Rogue. Can't do Professor X yet unless... I don't think I got a thing. Do I have a brain? Okay, so I do have a brain. But that's not getting me a key. I really want to unlock Rogue and Gambit together. So I guess we'll just take on Mastermind with Nightcrawler. And I don't know, we'll pick some other people here. Whoever we want. So yeah, I think we're going to go over here. That's going to pick us up some brains. Well, I need 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So maybe Mastermind and Emma Frost after that. Or we could go down here to get Legion. I don't really know who Mastermind's... Who is he a nemesis for? Maybe we'll have to look up that. But I doubt maybe it's anybody here. So up next, we'll be doing Mastermind against... at least Nightcrawler. I want to bring him in. I guess I could do X23 because I haven't played with her yet. And then I'll pick somebody and you'll see in just a second. All right, we're back here at the table against Mastermind that we talked about actually in digging around in some Mastermind's lore. Turns out he actually at one point fought Beast and tried to, I think, trick Jean Grey into falling in love with him and fought the Phoenix or something like that. Nightcrawler is just here because we unlocked Nightcrawler and I really wanted to use him. So Mastermind's thing is that he wants to split people up. He messes with your mind. So he does more damage to you if you're alone. Or generally, you know, his overflow effect will do damage to you if you're alone. Also, when he bams, we have to guess the numbers on the bottom of the card. Now, this is going to be tricky because technically each character, each hero calls out a number. So maybe I'll just assign a number, you know, to each character. I don't know. I guess technically if we're all in the same location, that's what's going to have to happen. Anyways, let's go ahead and get started here. So he is not moving. He is bamming. Okay, deal 1 damage to each hero. So everybody, no, it's not even in our location. Deal 1 damage to each hero. Jesus, okay. So let's deal with that first. So we can... I look on here and I'm going to guess... Beast is going to guess 3, Jean Grey is going to guess 0, and Nightcrawler is going to guess 5. So it's a 1. So nobody was correct. We will shuffle that one back in. And yeah, everybody's got to take a hit. So let's just do this real quick. I guess we're going to save that one. And so yeah, we'll just do this one. All right, so we dealt with the BAM. Illusional duplicates. Place as many crisis tokens in Mastermind's location as the movement on the previous face-up master plan card in the storyline. So there isn't one, so no crisis tokens go out. He cannot be damaged if there's any crisis tokens out, so that's good. And then he's going to put out some more henchmen. So there we go. All right. All right. So let's get moving here. These effects really mess with us. So her thing says, heroes starting their turn alone in this location with 2 or more cards in hand must discard 1 card to the bottom of their deck. So I'm essentially taking 1 more damage. So that's not great. Yeah, I don't want to move, but... Okay. Yeah, let's save that one, actually, so we can be punching him. Okay, so I took my damage. So it won't knock me out, but I don't want to play that one, obviously. So we're going to play Major Telekinesis. We're just getting a movement, but I really actually don't want to go anywhere. Although I could come up here to Genosha and help Beast out. So let's move, and then I can... And you're an adjacent location. So I can split my punches and my star. So let's put a star there, and we'll punch here. Why not? Just to spread ourselves out. Okay. Beast is next, so he's not alone. So that's important. We got to stick together. I don't want to play that one or that one. So we're just going to play this one. Very simple. So he's not starting by himself. So again, this is important because he can play his 1 star here, and then he actually has 2 points of movement, so he can come over here. So Nightcrawler is, again, not by himself. So let's see if Nightcrawler can get to where he needs to be. Nightcrawler is actually good for these spots because he can just bamf out of there. He doesn't even need the... You must move to another location. You may bring another hero in your location with you. So that's actually not a bad idea. Yeah, so I'm going to bamf to move to another location. So I'm not alone. So this does not trigger. And so I pushed over there. I have another movement that I could use, but maybe I will just come over here next. I don't know. I'm going to use 1 star here and 1 star to rescue a guy. So that'll gain me that. And these will go away. Throw those off to the side there. That's away. So I may rescue 1 if I end my turn here. Or I could end up over here. I think I'm just going to stay here and clear this guy out. So not a bad first round there. And we're all together, but... if Mastermind bams again, we all got to take it and guess. So he is. He's moving 1, and he's bamming and putting out some people. So we have to guess again. I'm going to stick with it. I'm going to go 0, 3, and 5. And it was 1 again. Freaking 1 again. All right, well, maybe I should have looked at his deck beforehand. So we're all taking a hit. We need to... Or no. Is it the X-Jet that can heal you back up again? So Jean Grey is knocked out. So she's knocked out. When a hero is KO'd, Mastermind doesn't activate his BAM. Instead, draw a Master Plan card and add it to the storyline face down. We've seen this a lot. Beast is going to put this one back in. And Nightcrawler is... Actually, let's save that one for the end. All right. So everybody else is good, and then he is putting out some civilians. So only 1, and unfortunately 2 here, so that's an overflow, and 2 here. So overflow is, if 1 or more tokens can be added to a location, each hero alone in their location takes damage. Okay, so we're safe. Got to stick together. All right, Jean Grey gets to stand back up. 1, 2, 3, 4. And she wants to move around and start clearing some stuff away. So she's getting a star from Nightcrawler. And I think it's going to be time to... Yeah, we'll just play this one again. So let's go here. She can move. So she... didn't start her turn here, so this doesn't come into effect. We've got 2 stars, essentially, between Nightcrawler and her. Okay. And then she's got a punch she can use, so we'll use that punch up here. All right. Good. Good. Beast. He gets to draw a card, but he is going to play Regenerating Factor. So he is going to draw back up. Let's start there. Boom, boom. And then he's going to move. All right. He is going to clear this one away. And then let's go ahead and have him move here. Why not? All right, so that's good. And he healed back up, so that was a good card for him. And Nightcrawler, what's Nightcrawler going to do? Nightcrawler doesn't have the best cards here, but he's not afraid of being here. So he's just going to play his single wild. This will allow him to move with Beast's movement. He will use a thing here to rescue a civilian. And actually, we'll say before he left, he will just defeat that thug. So we're not quite worried about this one yet. Yeah, I think we're good. So unfortunately, though, I separated everybody. I did not stick to my plan. So he is moving 5, and he is bamming. So he just ends up right there. He's bamming. So Nightcrawler could get knocked out here. Nightcrawler is going to guess 1, 5, and 0. And it is 2. Freaking, I suck at this. All right. And it is the bottom card, so I don't know any characters that allow you to look at the bottom card. I know characters allow you to look at the top card, but those characters wouldn't help in this situation. So everybody's got to take a damage. And that is going to knock out Nightcrawler here. So Nightcrawler, when here is KO'd, we just add a thing here, like that. Beast is going to put this one back, and Nightcrawler takes the hits. So he's knocked out. And then we are putting out some people, which is going to flood everywhere but here. And so that is, each hero takes another hit. So yeah, luckily Nightcrawler can't be hurt any more than he already is. So yeah, see, I can't spread myself out. That's no good. No goodsies. So let's get back to sticking together. All right, swap the previous hero card in the storyline with any other hero card in the storyline, and then get a wild. No, I think what I'm going to do is, oh, this should come off. Sorry. I'm going to play this. This is going to allow me to, let's say, yeah, rescue a civilian, use the wild as a movement, and then rescue another civilian. Sure. All right, Beast is not alone, so it doesn't matter, but he is going to play his regenerating. He got another one. I think he's only got 2 in his deck. Yeah. So he's going to use his 2 stars from Jean Grey here. He gets to draw back up to 3. And he's got a punch, so I guess he's just going to use his punch right here. So I'm nice and evenly spread out here. All right, I'm hoping that Nightcrawler, as he stands back up, can get a BAMF going here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and jet over to us. You must move, you must move, you must move, you must move to another location. You can bring any other hero with you. Yeah, we'll do this one because he's got nobody to carry with him. So he'll stand back up. He will use this punch from Beast first, and he will use one of his stars here. Why not? Because it's going to be wasted otherwise. Actually, no. No, no, no. He's not going to use it there. He's going to bamf to here. And actually, he's going to use his thing here. All right, so he bamfed and he punched. Now he's got 2 stars. So he will use 1 star here. I'm trying to not have overflow, but overflow I'm not as concerned about. And then he will use a star here and use his last movement, so we're all together. Very nice. I like that. Stick together. All right, Mastermind is moving 3 and not bamming, finally. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, yeah, here. And I did a pretty good job of clearing everything out, so we're looking pretty good there. I like it. No damage this turn, because Jean Grey was about to take another hit, and she would have been knocked out. If I had to guess again, because obviously I suck at guessing the bottom card number. All right. So let's see what we got here. What do we have? Swap the previous hero card in the storyline with any other hero card in the storyline. And then she gets a wild. All right. So I'm going to play this one. And what I'm going to do first here is I'm going to use my symbols, and then I'm going to take the telepathy action. So she can actually use 1 here. Boom, boom. So she clears this one away. And then she's got a movement. And then she's actually going to clear this away. So we kind of slow play these there. So she used her 2 things and a wild. The wild was the movement, but now she's going to switch a card, and I believe I can do this. I believe I can move my own card around in the storyline, and you'll see why in just a second. So, all right, she's done with telepathy. Beast now is going to play this card, where Genius Intelligence, he turns all stars into wilds, so he essentially has 3 wilds to deal with on this turn. So, unfortunately, there's not going to be enough civilians for me to handle this. So we're going to just go poof, poof here. Boom, boom. And then use 1 wild to end up here. So that's essentially my 3 movement, but this allows me to move to any location. So I'll come up here and join everybody else. I guess I could have just moved that way, but it doesn't matter. Trying to stick together. Okay. And then Nightcrawler here is going to, you must move to another location. You may take anybody with you. Yeah, I think let's just go ahead and put this guy under pressure. So we'll play this one. We will go here. We'll bamf, and then we can clear this card. So that's the 4th one. Mastermind is now under pressure. So let's get rid of this. And he's going to go after every 2 cards. But I'm feeling okay about where we are. We actually have only gotten 1 of those crisis token cards, and it didn't hurt us at all. So maybe some of the other ones went in face down. All right, let's see what we got here. 2 and a bam, of course. So the bam, let's see. We're going to go... I'm going to go 5, 2, and 1. 5, 2, and 1. Fuck it. Oh, my God. Ay, 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 ay. All right, well, Jean Grey's knocked out. Put that there. So Jean Grey's knocked out. So that's going to put another card here face down. And she's tipped over. Oh, wait. That said, you may deal 1 damage to a thing or henchman in any location. So I actually, yeah. I would have done that to clear out that area a little bit. Okay, so I definitely wanted to do that. Sorry, I missed that. But he's bamming, so everybody else has to take a hit. Beast literally has 3 of the exact same cards. All right. No, actually, let's save this one. Okay. All right, so everybody took a hit. Jean Grey not knocked out. We added that, and so he's just adding some thugs. And he wants to add 4, which I think we can handle. There we go. All right. But even if it was overflow effect, we wouldn't have taken damage anyways because we're all in the same location. So I'm not that concerned about, how I removed that one. All right. We're not going to have enough to complete the civilians at this point, so it's going to have to be thugs, but we're very close anyways. Back to Jean. Jean gets to stand up, and if she can just do some quick work here, 1, 2, 3, 4, we can start hitting on Mastermind. So I'm getting a star from, yeah, that's not that great, but okay. So Jean Grey's got a movement, a star, and a punch. Pretty straightforward here. Movement, punch, and star in case a civilian comes up. But that is, we can now attack Mastermind. He's now vulnerable. So Beast is got a good card. So he's going to get 2 movement and 2 attack. So he's going to pop down here, pop, pop, and hit Mastermind for 2. But now Mastermind gets to go. So Mastermind. Oh, and I left Nightcrawler by himself. I left all myself by myself. Oh my god, I'm so. All right. Anyways, Mastermind's jumping up here. He is bamming. So let's deal with that. Jean Grey is going to go 0, 1, 2. 0, 1, and 2. Ready? Frickin'. All right. I know there's a 3 in here somewhere. All right. So everybody's got to take a hit. Let me just do that real quick. I think everybody's okay. I'll save you. And save you. All right. So everybody took a hit, and we're putting out civilians now, which is interesting enough. And we are okay. No overflow. So we're good. All right. So nobody got knocked out. No overflow. I think we can do this. So let's see what Nightcrawler has. He basically has the same 2 cards. So he's going to be playing his Bamf. He must move to another location, but he can punch first. So let's do this. He's going to punch Mastermind twice. Mastermind's only got 1 health left, so I think we might be able to do this. Yeah, I think we got this. So technically, he can bamf over to here. I will forgo my movement, and since he's here, he can rescue somebody from a location. He'll rescue this guy, which allows everybody to, each hero draws a card immediately, which is only going to help Jean Grey, but everybody else heals back up a little. But I got 1 more card I can play, and Jean Grey can, yeah, she just needs to hit him once. There's no crisis tokens out because he keeps putting them down face down, so she's going to use this. She's going to rescue somebody in the process. Why not? She started her turn there by herself, so that's fine. She had to put 1 card down underneath, but all she needs is the 1 punch, and Mastermind is toast. So boom! Not nearly as difficult a time as we had against Mystique, but I'm going to guess that some of these cards, let's see what else was here. Okay, there's one of them that puts out people. I was guessing 0, 1, and 2s. There's 3 and 4 left, so maybe somebody would have made it. But let's see how many other crisis token cards there would have been put out. So that's not one. That's not one. And that's not one. So he actually only has 2. This is the first time I've ever attempted to take on the Mastermind. So interesting that he only had 2 of those cards that put out crisis tokens. I guess if they come out near the end, they are brutal. But he came out, we got lucky with 1 coming out early and 1 being stuck in his deck. Anyways, there we go. Let's do one final time back to the map and see where we are. All right, so here we are back on the map. We took on Mastermind. We need to zoom out a little bit here. And we did it with Beast, Jean Grey, and Nightcrawler. Yep, we won. We did not use any action tokens. I don't think I gained any action tokens. We won. Pops back out here. So you can see now we could take on Emma Frost. We could take on Legion. We have also unlocked Pixie without doing anything else. So let's see who we have available now. We have available to us Cyclops, Forge, Pixie, Jubilee, Wolverine, and X-23. So maybe we'll take Wolverine and X-23 on a run with somebody. But I've got 3 brains and 1 key. I want to save my keys so that I can get Rogue and Gambit out at the same time. But I have... let's do this. So I've got 1 brain, 2 brains, 3 brains. Okay, so it's glowing orange because I can click on it. But let's also unlock... Yeah, I wanted to get these guys unlocked. So boom and boom. Yeah. All right, so let's look back at our state of things here. We have Rogue and Gambit now added. We have 11 total points. We could start with a star now. We could add a star at the start of our game if we wanted to. We have 1 key and 1 gear. I could use the gear up by Forge, which is way down here, to get a movement to start with. And then 1 more gear would earn us a key. But yeah, I feel like we're good right now. So if you are following along and you have any input as to where we should go next, oh my goodness. Yeah, not truly optimized for iPad, but it does work. So we're talking Magneto. I really wanted to save Magneto for Professor X, though. So we might do that. I don't know whether that Magneto next to the blinking Magneto is a villain or a good guy. I think it might be a good guy, actually. Use once, then remove. But I kind of wanted to unlock Professor X first. So let's find us another brain. So it looks like we could do a Mega Red with Rogue and Gambit. Or I could come down here and either do Legion or Emma Frost. So yeah, if you have any thoughts, let me know. I'm kind of thinking Legion with Wolverine, X-23, and I don't know, Pixie, maybe. We'll see. But yeah, that's kind of the state of things we're looking at. At some point, also, I think I am going to spend the 2 keys to come down here and unlock the Avengers track. That way, if I get stuck again like I did on Mystique, I can kind of, okay, I'm going to hop down here and do some Avengers things for a couple games, step away from Mystique, and instead of really struggling with her. Anyways, yep, that's what we're going to do. Okay, but yeah, that's going to do it for this session. Once again, thanks for watching. Have a great day.